Here's where it gets interesting again and why I think Tyler is changing his story constantly. Because later that same day, Tyler's defense attorney stated Tyler is the one who ultimately led the authorities to Hailey's remains. Her remains were in Perry County, Ohio. And multiple other outlets have also reported that a body was recovered on Sunday. However, at the time of the reporting, the official identification of the body was still pending. However, the investigators have treated the remains as Hailey's, especially because Tyler allegedly is the one who cooperated with the authorities, the FBI, to lead them there. So his bond was set at $1.5 million. But here's something that is really important to understand in all of this case. As of now, Tyler has not been charged with murder, and his defense attorney is really pushing that and is saying Tyler's cooperating. He's the one who led them to her body. Has nothing to hide here. He wants to be truthful. He wants to be helpful. His thoughts are with her family, all of these things. But to me, when you kind of read between all of it, it's not him being helpful or cooperative. He's changing his story. At first, he said he dropped her off on the side of the road. He didn't hang out with her. He didn't bring her to his house. He just dropped her off and was giving her a ride. Then the moment that he was confronted with evidence that contradicted that, saying, well, no, we actually found evidence at your house and this short-term rental that she was there, then he's changing his story of, oh, well, yeah, let me lead you to her body. So his defense attorney has even said something about floating the idea of this isn't murder, but maybe there will be a concealment charge. And we talked about this recently. Which case was it? I think it was in the David case, the D4VD case. They haven't charged him with murder either. They haven't really charged him with anything at this point. But because it's suggested that David, and like what I think Tyler is probably laying the footwork to do, is that saying it was either accidental, rough sex, overdose, something else, and that he panicked and he disposed of her body, and that's why he's cooperating with the authorities, because he has nothing to hide. Well, if he had nothing to hide, then he wouldn't have lied and said he dropped her off on the side of the road. So I think that once he was confronted with this, it's now he's trying to do whatever he can to change his story to catch lesser charges and not be held accountable. But in my opinion, I don't think that's where this case is going. I think he is going to end up being charged with murder. At the time of this recording, he has not been, but maybe once it releases, he will be, because get this, not only is he facing pandering, sexually oriented material involving a minor, but also tampering with evidence. And the reason why he is charged with those things and not murder yet is because court records allege that a video had been created involving Hailey, involving her at Tyler's residence, a sex tape, and that he attempted to delete the video from his phone. So that is where I would say, first of all, grooming, motive, all of these things come into play. He meets her on the video game platform, starts talking to her, picks her up, takes her to his house. They engage in this alleged sex act. He tapes it. He tries to wipe that from his phone later, just like he's tried to change his story. And who knows what happened? We still don't know cause of death, right? But as of today, we know Hailey Buzbee is believed to be deceased. It is believed to be her remains that were found and recovered in Ohio. Tyler is still in custody. Additional charges could still be filed, and the investigation is ongoing. However, there are still major unanswered questions here, including exactly when and how Hailey died, and whether additional criminal charges are coming forward. But here's what I want to really focus on here.